yes, I will now showcase some of the new items that have popped up in this mod. So luckily they can all be found in one place. So, well, if we go here to the axis, I'm just gonna go through all of them. Which one was the first one again? Steel Strikers, no. I think, yeah. Executions. This one is new. Like, get a plus to my strength. This one, the balanced Manjika. I love how like it's like it's a level 4, like large blunt weapons 4, and you already have access to hollow. Actually, you will find that in a lot of these new weapons. While they might have been around for a while in this mod, but if you're new to this mod, then you know this is one of the few things is that a lot of the several weapons at least have a hollow effect, which is very powerful in this game, but also you know in general it's actually it was already useful. Now it's even more useful. With 12. So like in let's see. I wouldn't say, like end game you definitely need to fight undead, but then also like between level 12 and 17 you're forced to fight some undead. So 30 dexterity, that's nice. Let's go to the hammers. Let's see. Okay, so the awkward hammer is still not from the normal game. This one's new, which just seems like a better version of this one. Warhammer 6 and this one is 7. It's slightly better. Actually. It's tremendously better, it's just one level up, so that's actually huge help. Then we have the Heavy Destroyer. This one is also fun. Look, the damage is like 10 and then 50. So like you either do a very little damage or a lot of damage. And 50 is more than any standard weapon, if I recall correctly. This one is even higher. Like look at that, 1 to 60 at large level, large blunt 9, and has a decay effect, so that will lower their armor. Increase stamina, but then agility. So you will increase dexterity. So you will hit them a lot, but you will get hit a lot as well. You can have a build around it. It's a bit expensive, but it's doable. Luckily, the value of gems has increased dramatically. So, new pants. Let's see. I think the last one. This one. This one. This is the last one. And here we have Rusty Greaves. So that's just straight up armor. Nothing. Everything else is getting lower. Spike leggings, which fits the Imperial armor. Armor pants. Lots of agility and dexterity. Which is very. Those are big numbers for like level 5, I think. So this is just nice starting as well. 3 and just straight up armor class, which is actually an improvement of this thing. Melee 1, 13 and 5. And 25 and 15. So yeah, it's an improvement. And in Order of Dawn, you really need that fire magic resistance once you start fighting the orcs. Starting at the Wildland Pass. No, before that even. Leaf Shade. Leaf Shade, you're already forced to deal with fire damage, so it's pretty quick. Runner Pants. Just go fast. Mana Eater. This one is fun. Like it's a combination with the torso as well, which just as a magic caster gives you a huge amount of armor, but then everything you need for a mage just goes way down. Like, minus 25 for wisdom. Come on. Noir Greaves. Very useful. Lots of life. Speed goes up crazy amounts. Agility. This is basically just light combat arts amplified. Very nice. This one. Lots of health early on. can be useful. Maybe it'll help you to survive the fire attacks. I don't know. Here we have. Yeah. Another anti-mage thing. Huge increase in strength and dexterity. Very useful. It kind of fits the name. Berserker Pants, you know. Like just. You don't dodge anything, you just crush. This one, huge health improvement again. All nice brings. This one, look at this. 170 armor class for just their legs. That's huge. And then 1,000 health points. Increase in strength. Minus agility. So basically this one forces you to I mean, you're more powerful in hitting as well, and you survive more, but also you get hit more often. So. Nice, you know, this is a nice balanced one. Avengers Pants. Light armor definitely needs that strength increase and fighting speed increase. All very good. Scholar's leggings. Interestingly, there are several items that have like Scholar's something before, but they don't. You can't wear all of them at the same time. They are like very different. So like here we have light armor at 11. And later we have, well, we'll encounter heavy armor, stamina down, dexterity up. Nice. Heavy chain greaves is an improvement with the chain greaves. Strength and stamina up. This one, just stamina, but the other things are up. Okay. Enduring leggings. Increase that dexterity, which you need as a heavy combat, but then you go slow. But it's okay. Winter Greaves, increase life and mana. I'm not sure, like this has its uses, but I would personally not be using it. Black magic. Although actually this would be perfect to use against the blades now I think about it. Like that black magic increase and ice magic. It's a shame about the mind magic, but there's only very few units that have mind magic. So. Rabbit Pants. Oh yeah, here's a bunch of ranged combat pants and like armors as well. So we have, which actually fits like strength and dexterity increase, bit of an agility increase, and as you can see the armor class is very low, which you know you're not supposed to get hit as a ranged unit anyway, so it's fine. Strength. This one, huge increase in both agility and dexterity, not strength though. But the fighting speed goes up way. And then this one, you have even more increase in fight and health. So this one, you know, you're kind of okay to get close. Combine it with magic. Here. Whew. So we lose, in this one we completely lose all kind of armor class. But then we have a huge increase in life, mana and strength. And that fighting speed. Ooh, very nice. And here's the maximum. 50 strength, 50 agility, 50 dexterity. Wow. And a 1500 increase. Yeah, now these are some big numbers. Very useful. Definitely worth making a build around. Now, next one. Let's see. It's very Wind Dancer by Chain. Yeah. Armor of the Righteous. This is the last one. Here we have the ranged armor. The ranged combat armor. Which increases fighting. So if you combine all of these, you definitely hey Plague, thanks for the lure. You definitely get yeah, ranged combat now not only has a better options in combat because of the increase in targets for salvo and the increase in damage for the crossbow at least. And the speed for the bow, but you also have like armors and such that can actually help you, so you don't have to waste points and other things. So I think in a sense it is more balanced. It's a bit strange sometimes thinking like, why can't I use this piece of armor because simply because I don't know how to use a bow. But you know, heavy armor, stamina increase is a recurring theme like in the normal armors as well, where you have like heavy armor and then just which just increases your stamina even further. Which is always nice. Here's the Vengeful Rose, the mana eater buddy. As you can see, huge armor and run. So I think what you could use this for is like if you're a mage and you are being attacked by archers or something, and you can't use your magics and you want to run away, you just put on the mana eater and the Vengeful Rose and just run. Don't bother using your spells, just run. Flexible armor, very nice. Agility increase. Heroes Dawn. Big numbers, 150. It's actually less than the pants when I think about it. Dexterity increase and wisdom. No strength or stamina though. But overall, it's not plus plus plus. This one, yeah. This one I wouldn't use personally, but I can see people using it. Blessed Wind, 50 strength. Wow. Like the thing is, like plus 50 is not a number you normally see, not even in the Shed of the Phoenix items. Which reminds me, we should also check those out. Not sure where we can find them. Agility. Ooh, 100! Are you kidding me? At level 12. Jesus Christ. You will never touch me again! Perfect. Is this a full thing? Is this just the torso or is it torso and legs? I think it's just torso, which would be amazing. Case increase, like Snowfall. Yeah, we have some ranged combat armor again. Strength, agility, and dex. Ranged combat, more life. Ranged combat, 15 strength. Little giant. Big numbers indeed. Ranged combat again. Fighting speed increase. And here, ooh, look at that. Ranged combat, 750. And another 100 in agility. Damn. So yeah, this mod is a lot more generous with stat increases in comparison to the vanilla game, but you also have to deal with more tough enemies. So you know. Now moving on to the shields. Let's see, this one for this one. So now we have more like in between shields, which is nice. More options. Like this one is just pure armor, which is nice. This one, huge dexterity increase. Again, full armor, everything else goes down. Yeah, I mean, last stand, this is basically just like survive until the reinforcement arrives. Armor class, huge increase. Strength and dexterity and agility is very nice. Shields, armor. This one's interesting. This is like heavy combat, shields 12, and then you get basically an increase in stamina, okay, and then intelligence as well. So you're kind of like, you can use a bit of magic, I guess. This one is beautiful. Level 25, so anyone can use it, and then a huge increase in all the magical attacks. It's perfect. It's. I find it very very useful. I mean, 75 sounds like a lot, but you need to keep in mind that the mod, that the game is just like, well, if you have 100, it still isn't 100% sure that you won't get attacks. Another just plain level and armor, very nice. Mana shield. This is useful in the beginning if you want to survive stuff as a wizard. Though you would need to have a shit ton of points in wisdom if you still want to be using your spells, which I don't know if that's worth it. And then finally, this one's hilarious. So it's a shield, very low armor class for level 9 shield, but a huge increase in agility and might magic. Not the most common attack, but this is quite funny because the point of shields in this game is to just increase your armor class further, maybe your health. And this one, what it does is that instead it focuses on increasing your agility, which allows you to dodge more. If you then combine it with all these parrying daggers that we now have, yeah, and then all the other armors that increase your agility tremendously, you can basically just walk around and never get hit if you have the right build for it. So, helms. There's gonna be a few ones that I haven't even seen. So let me see. Which one's the last one? Yeah. Okay. So this is the last one of the standard game. So magic ability, low armor class, but increase in all the other things, such as intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. This is better than the normal game. Very nice. Magic 6. Stamina, wisdom, huge increase, very good. Ranged combat helm, life and dexterity, it's usable. This one, huge life and agility. I wouldn't personally. This one at level 12. I mean, I think you got better options. Yeah, you have more health and you can, have better agility, but there's better options, I think. Heavy armor, life increase. Nice. Dawn's. Wait, actually. I should check I know all the helms have like a plus 35 on running speed, but there might be a helm that has more than that. So. Heavy armor. More life and dexterity. Yeah, useful. This. Okay, the helms are all life and dexterity. Yep, agility way down. Four thanks, masterpiece. Ooh. Now we're being lore friendly. Sort of. So basically, if you take this, then basically your agility, you will always get hit by every attack, but you have such a huge increase in life and armor that it might be okay, maybe. And then you have here, very nice, strength and dexterity. Ooh, look at that. But fire magic and black magic, way. So it's very. This is very much against ice. Yeah, 100 on ice. Yeah. This is end game though, so I'm not sure how useful that will be. Light combat armor, just straight up armor. It's quite nice because most light armor doesn't give you much armor, as you can see here. Strength and agility. Okay. More agility. Life and strength, less agility. Mind magic way down, but everything else goes up, so that's pretty nice. Life up, strength up, agility up, and dexterity. This is very, very good. Nice end game. And this one, yeah, it increases your survivability as a ranger. Okay, it definitely is. Moving on. So I think this is some very nice improvements indeed. Let's see, we'll also have the ring as well. Okay, that wasn't intended. Okay. So let's see. The last one. This is the last one. Yeah, this one. I think. Oh no, antique sword. It's hard to see. No, antique sword. Yeah, okay. Well, these are very nice. So we have the standard, the lost sword. Very nice. 6. Solid weapon. Then here we have several weapons which are light blade weapons that are two-handed. So it's an increased amount of damage for like light blade weapons usually suffer from like lower damage and they're all one-handed. But here you have some options if you want to have light blades but two-handed, which has the high speed and the decent damage. Very useful. Yeah, you could have a build around that. Although the skips between levels is a bit big if you want to just use that. Here we have the fire sword. Any melee ability, and you can see there's no damage. Like normally you have damage, but you have only fire burst and 104 speed. So I suppose your character will be attacking, and then only when the spell hits do you actually do damage, and then hopefully that will be a level 12 fire burst, so it will do some decent damage. So as long as you're not fighting fire elementals, you're gonna be okay. The dull blade, which gives you the opposite of what these blades are. This is large blade weapons, but now it's one-handed. So less damage, but still the low speed. Not sure how useful. This particular one is very useless, but like here you have some okay options. Yeah. Especially because you can buy these in the beginning of the game, so you don't have to rely on loot. Large blade. Here we have, this one's already quite decent, and then this one has a decay, very nice. Guard melter. It gives you some nice options for one-handed large blade, which in the vanilla game there's not a lot of options. Wind blade, large blade. I mean, they're all quite slow, but then is quite a decent amount of damage, so it's nice. Here we have a nice thing as well. Here we have large blade weapons, two-handed. The damage is low and high. Has an increased range, but interestingly, this has an effect, and it increases your armor class. Now, two-handed normally doesn't do that. And you're basically forced, like, I do more damage, but I lose my ability to use a shield or something, or have different kinds of attacks. And this gives you increased armor class, which makes up for that. Pure steel, hollow. Oh, this is great. So this is one of the early like level 3. Okay damage, has a nice dexterity increase, but then it has hollow. And this is very useful if you're early game and you're fighting the few skeletons that you encounter. The first one that comes to mind is, of course, the ghosts of the mine. So that's like, you know, Udwin's ghost and such. And I need to remind you that hollow in this mod is okay, so it does more damage and it ticks way more often. So like in 1 second you have like 1 tick a second, or maybe even less than that. So it goes through the same amount of ticks of damage, but then way faster. So hollow really is like kill the a sure way to kill undead. So yeah, no, this is very nice to have early game. Then we have Decay again, Light Blade 7, Wind Cutter, Light Blade 12. I guess a decent amount of damage. Decay, very nice. Utility, speed is solid. Damage is, it's actually interesting to have a weapon that has not a lot of variety in its amount of damage it does, like solid damage. And it's one-handed, Decay, then we have the Star Blade, which is nice. That's enough to do hollow again. So this way you have an option as a heavy combat large blade to also have that hollow. I'll buy this for this particular character. This one, Scholar Sword. Here we have the Scholar Sword. This is suddenly like a large blade. 824 has like the big, you know, big gap between the options. Two-handed, Decay. Yeah, it's really good. A Night Ballotta. This one has like a huge amount of like stats changes and resistance changes for a weapon at least. 1030, Decay, Agility, and Dexterity down. I mean, I wouldn't personally use this, simply because of the decrease in Dexterity is so severe. The Agility one I can live with, but the Dexterity, I mean, that's just my personal playstyle. I can imagine some people being able to deal with this, no problem. Like if all your other gear is like focused on increasing Dexterity, this won't be that big of a deal. Decay is always useful, sorry. Useful. So next we have the spears. Not a lot of spears, but we have the burning spear, which is one-handed. All of the standard spears are two-handed, but here we have some spears that are one-handed, just large blades. They do follow the same pattern of having solid damage, increased range, slower speed. But the fire burst. Here we have the electrified spears. We can do shock early on. Ghost slasher. So yeah, these all only have a range of 1, but then they all have effects, which is pretty nice. Hollow, Moon Spear, Light Blade, 30-20, nice increase in two-handed now. This one's pretty nice, 1633 one-handed, but it's very slow. Yes. Then staffs. There's only one here, it's the Purifier, which if you look at the damage, is like, it's tiny amount of damage. But it has a range, it has increased speed, very useful, and then hollow. So this is perfect for like your white mage that's fighting hollows. And level 7, so that's in Order of Dawn. That's in the at that moment you are in the Darklands, so that's perfect. I see a lot of undead. Also, I just reminded myself. I just remembered. Sorry. In the Breath of Winter campaign, you also have to deal with undead. That's actually roughly the same level, same time as the Darklands would be in Order of Dawn. So that works out. So yeah, you can use this. And then we go up, up, up. I know I started also like a Breath of Winter campaign playthrough, but I don't remember what my focus there was. I'll have to check. Raised weapons. Definitely need to check. So the rings, quite a few rings. There we go. No, wait. Life Bond, that's the last one. So we have the Ring of Balance. Very nice. Light combat arts, plus all on the things you need for physical combat. It's useful. Preserver, level 10 life on. As you can see here, in Breath of Winter you only have this. At level 30 you get like a 100 bonus in life. Meanwhile here with this mod you get like level 10 at 300 plus. So a lot of the vanilla rings seem to become useless. Some of them, which were already like good, will retain the usefulness, but like this one is useless. Ring of Enthusiasm. As you can see here, we've used this before. Strength increase, dexterity increase, perfect for ranged combat and any lower stamina, which is, you know, that's the kind of the gamble you have to take. Like, your ranged units should not be on the front lines, and in that case, this is perfect. Here we have the fire assets, which is a huge increase in fire magic and a decrease in ice magic. At first, I was concerned about the price, because usually you don't have access to that much gold. So even though it is useful in the beginning of the game, when you're fighting orcs, for instance, you can't get it because it's too expensive. But then now that the gemstones have increased in value, it has become useful. Brave Mark, level 15, is useful for casting. Yeah. This one's interesting. So this is a level 12, any melee level 12. Slight increase in armor, some resistance for black magic, and then increase in fighting speed. Which, I mean, like if you go to the Frozen Time, it's basically better. But this one doesn't have the biggest, you know, it's not the most useful. Although the armor class increases seems to be. Let's see, which is trying to look for a ring that has end game. Yeah, level 9 already. So it's not exactly the biggest increase in armor class, but it's okay. Sacrifice, agility increase, but some magic resistance, but then run speed goes down. It's it's a choice you make. You either just increase your agility and you never get hit, or you increase your defenses so that when you get hit, you survive from that. Melee ability, 11 plus 15 on all the good shit. Very good, perfect for melee combat. Magic increase. This one I almost expect to be able to find in the game normally. Those are some. It's very well balanced numbers. The armor class increase is pretty big for a magic ring, which is very nice. Magic 10, increase in mana, dexterity and strength. Useful for if you're like forced to fight on the front lines, and also with the staff, you know, it works. This one, I actually saw before, and I don't entirely agree with how it was divided. So we have an increase in life, okay, increase in intelligence, okay, and an increase of 30 in wisdom. Then decrease in fight, increase a bit in black magic, casting, like most of those okay, but if it's the healer ring, I would actually expect the charisma to go up rather than wisdom. Wisdom is useful, absolutely, but the higher your charisma is, the more you actually heal um, uh, with the white magic healing spells. Anyway, so I would say like maybe that fits it more. But on the other hand, this ring is perfect for if you're using aura of healing, because in that case you do actually need the extra wisdom. Although I might want more intelligence in that case as well, but I can get that from other gear, I guess. Then we have the moon ring, which is different from this one. It's the moonstone. Is the moon ring. Light armor, 20 strength, and 40 dexterity. It's perfect. Very useful. Fighting speed increase as well. Soul Fortress ring, which is basically the improved version of this. And you get 1,000 life. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Ice essence. So we had fire essence before. Increased the fire magic and lowered the ice magic. And now we have some other essences which are useful. Decrease fire magic, increase ice magic. So yeah, it actually they follow exactly. So the price is even the same. So this one is focused on ice magic and lowers fire. This one, the earth essence, increases your armor class but reduces all your magic resistances. Because who knows how earth magic works in this game? I guess armor class. Mind essence, increase in mind magic, decrease black magic. And then we have the void essence, which is black magic minus white magic. So next we have the robes. This one, the any magic ability 9, the wall robe, and it is overall just very nice. Increase in fighting speed, wisdom increase, charisma increase. Let's see. I think this would work very well for a sort of paladin-like build, where you're like using white magic on the front lines. It has the increase in charisma and wisdom, which you need for white magic, and it has the increase in other things. Yeah, no, this is an increase in fighting speed. Yeah, this is solid for frontline magic players. Scholar's robe. Suddenly, here we have another Scholar's item, which is now suddenly for magic. So yeah, it becomes very hard to combine them. But look, 15% increase in casting speed at the 4th level of magic. It's very nice. Bitter Truth. It's very nice. It's a nice setup at least. It's the black magic 8, which I don't think there's any items that specifically want you to have black magic other than that, the dagger. Armor increase, nice. Intelligence increase and wisdom increase, nice. And then charisma lower. Well, if you're a solid black magic focus, you don't need charisma anyway, so this is perfect. Casting speed increase. So for someone who focuses entirely on black magic, this is quite useful. And then finally we have a robe for ranged combat. And if we look at the numbers, agility and dexterity increase. Okay, that's pretty nice, Solid 100 armor class. And then if you look at the speeds, you have a 20% increase in fight. Very nice. Actually, I would almost say that this, well, with the casting speed increase, yeah, no, this is, yeah, it's good. I was gonna say maybe it's good for like your half ranger, half magic, but no, even when you don't have magic, this is still useful because you still have to use salvo and true shot. Next, the clubs. Let's see, the Thorny Death, that's the last one. Light blunt weapon, Ice Strike 10, nice. Thermal club, it's solid, nice for everyone. Iron melter, fire burst, decent damage, and you get the nice fire burst. Moon mace, hollow, very nice, level 12 for it. So this is nice end game to fight all those blades. Very nice. Hopefully I can find it in my game. Otherwise we're fucked. Now with the stinger, light blunt, decay, nice. Light blunt 8, decay and strength increase, also very good. And then we have the steel bundle, 10, 515, hollow strength increase. Let's see, what's the other one? This is 12. This has a bigger strength increase. This is 20, 25, 515. Okay, so this one, I don't know. I would personally almost advise to get one of these, and one of these. So like, you know, one in different. So you have like a 45 increase in strength, and hollow on both weapons, and you do decent damage. So nice. What's the weapon I'm using right now? It's a hammer. Oh yeah. So, okay. Next, magic weapons, where we can see some very nice options have been introduced. So this one's the standard last one. Here we have several staffs that, for magic ability, two-handed, low damage, but then you have an effect, which is useful, and the range. So it's almost like you're using the things that we have in Spellforce 2. Those staffs work quite different. Fire burst, freeze, some freeze. It still does okay damage as well. Fireball, very nice. This one has, okay, so this one I think might actually be it's possible that this is a mistake because it's called Cold Flame, and then you have double Ice Strike. Now we have seen weapons before that have this double Ice Strike, like the Ice Stinger, and it is actually useful. It's 2 different levels of Ice Strike, but there's a chance I think you can trigger both of them at the same time, which is very nice. So this basically increases your chance of Ice Strike hitting. But if I look at the name, I'm almost inclined to believe that it was supposed to be Ice Strike and Fire Burst. But it could be that Ice Strike was on purpose. I don't know. Staff of Hurt, if you want to do some black magic. You basically have a staff for every level, which is nice. And then we have Staff of Fierce, which is the only one-handed weapon. One-handed staff that was added. And it focuses on shock. Useful. Now, the ranged weapons. Let's see. 7-star Dragon Main, Old Prospect, yeah. Okay, the only new one is the Assassin's Bow. Assassin's Bow is the only new one, but all the other ones have like a change in stats, like 140 speed, yeah. And like the crossbows having very low speed but very high damage. It makes it viable. It makes ranged combat is actually a viable build. In this game. I think we skipped the dagger stuff. Let's do these two. Parrying dagger. That's the first new one. So just light combat art straight up. No damage, but you do have a speed. So what I think happens is that your character will do the animation of an attack, but it will never do damage. But it has a huge increase in agility. So you're technically giving up one attack possibility for the increase in agility. And you know, you have better versions, plus 50. Then there's also versions that increase your strength instead. And here we have Lucky Strike, low damage, low or high damage, but a very high speed, so it works. With the Lost Dagger, which is piercing 3, and also hollow, high speed. And if you have a, okay, so little trick, the effect of a weapon, any kind of weapon, every time you hit with it, there's a possibility for it to trigger. So if you have a weapon which has higher speed, the amount of times that it attacks increase, which again means, of course, that there's more chance for it to actually show up. So this is actually perfect for dealing with Adwin's ghosts and whatnot. And then we have a higher level version of it, which also does a bit more damage. Nice. And then finally, the Spider Leg. Solid damage, wonderful increase speed, decay, and then also plus on strength, agility, and dexterity. So yeah, all in all, amazing. So as we walk back to that, I think I'm gonna go and check out the quest place, because there's a different map which has gear for the Shadow of the Phoenix, because this mod is not just Order of Dawn or just Breath of Winter. It also does stuff for Shed of the Phoenix, of course. Although I have not gotten to that part yet. Give me a second. Get that start right out. Oh, was it a 200 level? I thought it was one. Okay, whatever. Oh well. My bad. So, the other one. Quest releases. Let's check out the Shadow of the Phoenix weapons and whatnot. Okay, let's buy human, elf, armor, and robes. Weapons, items. I don't, it might be that this one doesn't have any. Let's see. Nope. It's all vanilla. It's these ones. I should check out this one. This one has the new items. Lights on! First appearance. Here we go. Look at that. Earthlings, Light 120, Decay, and Rock Bullet. Would be cool if it was Wave of Rock. This is good. Sentinel Guard. Nice big numbers. Though I feel like, in comparison to the ones we saw in, early game, this is not as dramatic as an increase. I mean, this is level 18 and still only 150. Like, come on, could do better. Frozen Lands, Large Blade, 20. Damage is not that impressive. And then Ice Strike. I guess maybe it's a level 20 Ice Strike, in which case it would be useful, but still. Ranged combat. We have some more bows, which is nice. Let's see. Pain, and they have effects. Perfect. Ice Strike and Fire Burst. Low damage. Range is okay, but effects. That's much more. Shock. Dispel auras, basically. Limited uses, but useful. Elf Queen Bow. I assume this has more uses when you're playing multiplayer against one another. Elf Queen's Bow. Ice Strike. Lore friendly. Yeah, it's useful. Light combat. These are some nice numbers. Much better. Maybe it was just this one. It's not best. Light armor. Yeah, those are some big numbers. That's alright. Last resort. Big increase. That's not actually not even that big of an increase. Well, strength increase and dexterity. Light armor. Whoop! Strength. Fighting speed so fast. 25. I don't think I've seen 30 yet. 285. Very good. Ice and light magic. Nice and fast. 100 strength. 300 armor. But then down with some resistances. 20. 20. Very nice. Heavy armor. Here we go. 350. This is 80. This is, yeah, no. This one seems a bit redundant. It's a nice increase in fighting speed though. This one seems redundant, but maybe you can sell it for pretty nice. So if this one drops very often, it still has its uses. Big armor increase 50. Ooh. Very big numbers. Then a decrease in its maintenance. Hero's Tail. 10, only 10 is not big. Run speed, well, goodbye, your helmet has become useless. But the armor class now. This is the other option. 700. Stamina, huge. So lower number, but agility is still going down, so I mean, the elemental resistances are up. Blessed armor. Cast, yeah. This one. Charges hope. Strength and dexterity. It's nice to have some more options for just level, because there's very much the possibility that if you're going at this for the first time, you're going to mess up in your choices of skills, and then you're basically not gonna have access to the best level, the highest level armor, like this from heavy 20 armor. Yeah, nah. That's why these are useful. 500, yeah. It is focused on melee though. Makes sense. Large blade weapon, 30. Ice strike. Ooh. Elder weapon. Brave heart. Fire burst and ice strike. Nice. Blade beam. Ooh, nice damage and pain. It's slow. Holy sword. Just straight up hollow. Low armor class, but a huge increase in, look at that, plus 80 stamina, 50 agility, 50 intelligence, 75 wisdom, 100 charisma. Woo! This is good. Elemental, 260, and then, yeah, intelligence and wisdom focus. Running speed increase. Casting this casting 25. Any ability. Dragon Robe. This is basically the improved version of the War Robe? Yeah. So it allows you to fight close combat, close to your enemy, whilst having some decent stats. Nice. Ranger's Might. Okay. Strength and solid increases. Running speed. Yeah, it's a solid piece of armor. And the Ranger's Guard. Yeah. That's nice. Ooh, actually. Oh, no, okay. I was thinking like maybe like a huge increase in fighting speed. And here we have the continuing two-handed weapons that have an increase in armor class as well. And an effect. Armor class 150. And then the last one. 220. 10 to 80 though. Oh, they all have that, like the 10 to, and then yeah. Alright, that's it. Let's take a quick look here. Yeah, no, these are all from the actually I don't need to. Okay, well. Okay. That's it for now. That was just me showcasing all the items, and it still took 45 minutes. Damn. Alright. Thank you very much for watching. And see you in the next.